were educated in how to use these herbs in case of sickness, much suffering might be prevented and no doctor need be called. These old-fashioned simple herbs, used intelligently, would have recovered many sick who have died under drug medication.
So there are some simple herbs which if used intelligently, many who have died from drug medication will have recovered. Then paragraph 2,
It says
one
one of the most beneficial remedies is pulverized charcoal.
Now we want to talk about of the pulverized charcoal. One of the most benefit of charcoal when someone have pain, inflammation, and many other diseases.
Placed in a bag and used in fermentations. This is a most successful remedy. If wet in smartweed boiled, it is still better. I have ordered this in cases where the sick was suffering great pain, and when it has been confided to me by the physician that he thought it was the last before the close of life.
So when charcoal is used in fermentation, number one, it helps to relieve pain and suffering. That is the major use of activated charcoal. Number one. Continue reading.
Then I suggested the charcoal. It is of interest to observe in connection with the several E.G. White statements concerning the value of charcoal that as well as being a product of frequent medical prescription.
So continue reading.
Okay.
Want to see many other uses. Number one, it relieves pain when it is used as when it is used in fermentation. Continue reading.
A 1,160-page professional work
Can I can ask someone again to read? I'm not getting you clearly.
Ni vitu imewekwa kwa bracket ama ni aje?
Yeah?
Imewekwa in quotes, in brackets.
Oh, continue.
Okay. Advises as an antidote for many known poisons and for all poisonous substances of unknown ingredients, a universal antidote of 4 parts, 2 of which are activated charcoal compilers. And the patient slept, the turning point came, and recovery was the result. To students when injured with bruised hands and suffering with inflammation, I have prescribed this simple remedy with perfect success.
So number one, another use, it helps in the inflammation. Inflammation. I think we learned about what is inflammation. I continue reading, we get another use.
The poison of inflammation was overcome, pain removed, and healing went on rapidly. The most severe inflammation of the eyes will be relieved by a poultice of charcoal.
So number one, if someone is having inflammation in the eye or eye problem, he can make a poultice from charcoal. Just as we will be finishing the lesson, we'll echo how we can make poultice from charcoal. So number one, it helps with the pain. Number two, it helps with inflammation. Then number three, it helps to relieve pain in the eye or inflammation in the iris.
Put in a bag and dip in hot or cold water, as will best suit the case. This works like a charm. I expect you will laugh at this, but if I could give this remedy some outlandish name that no one knew but myself, it would have greater influence. But the simplest remedies may assist nature and leave no baleful effects after their use.
Read.
When asked for counsel, simple remedies advised. There are many simple herbs which, if our nurses would learn the value of, they could use in the place of drugs and find very effective. Many times have been applied to for advice as to what should be done in cases of sickness or accident. And I have mentioned some of these simple remedies, and they have proved helpful. On one occasion, a physician came to me in great distress. He had been called to attend a young woman who was dangerously ill. She had contracted fever while on the campground and was
Now a case of fever. Let us see how it was handled using the activated charcoal.
and was taken to our school building near Melbourne, Australia. but she became so much worse that it was feared she could not live. The physician, Dr. Merritt Kellogg, came to me and said, Sister White, have you any light for me on this case? If relief cannot be given our sister, she can live but a few hours, I replied. Send to a blacksmith shop and get some pulverized charcoal, make a poultice of it,
Make a poultice of it.
and lay it over her and over her stomach and sides.
So number one, in cases of high fever, someone can be having high fever. And we say that fever is one of the conditions that the body uses to burn out the toxins from the system. Now you can make a poultice from activated charcoal. You can make a poultice from activated charcoal. This is how you will make the poultice. Number one, you will have that unga ya ngano ili ikuwe inashikana vizuri, or if you don't have that flour, you will use the normal flour of maize. Apart from that, you can have even onion poultice. You can mix it with onion poultice. After mixing the activated charcoal, you can decide on how quantity you want to apply. So you will be making according to the part of area that you would like to put it in. So after mixing activated charcoal with wheat flour or the normal flour, you mix it and add little warm water, and then you mix it. After mixing it, okay, just as we going to bring the charcoal and we do the same, we will see the practical part of it, how we are going to make the poultice. Now, if we use this poultice, number one, it can be placed in the liver. You know, when using activated charcoal poultice, when you are using it when you have the eye problem, you will have to have a handkerchief or a piece of cloth, and then you double fold it. But when you are applying to the stomach, you will just place it direct. So in any other part of the body, you will use it and direct. To mean, if this is the cloth, you will take the poultice from the activated charcoal, then you place, after placing it, you will fold it again like this. Now, poultice will be in between the clothes. After folding it like this, so you will just tie to the eye or any other part of the body. In case of inflammation, if someone has arthritis, in some cases when the body is swelling. But while using in the cases of fever, we will apply it direct. The quotation says that you place in the size of what? Can you repeat that part?
I replied, send to a blacksmith shop and get some pulverized charcoal, make a poultice of it, and lay it over her stomach and side.
Inside.
The doctor hastened away to follow out my instructions. Soon he returned saying, relief came in less than half an hour after the application of the poultices.
So in any case, someone is having a high fever that cannot be controlled in any way. Just if you have activated charcoal, just make the poultice as you want to just make, then apply to the stomach. In next to 30 minutes, he or she will be relieved. In any case of pain, in any case of unconsciousness, activated charcoal is a very, very good remedy. And in your medical kit, you should not lack activated charcoal, menthol crystal, and ginger. Read.
She is now having the first natural sleep she has had for days.
Paragraph.
I have ordered the same treatment for others who were suffering great pain, and it has brought relief and been.
So those who are having great pains, whether any part of the body, activated charcoal is still a good remedy to relieve pain. Please.
And been the means of saving life. My mother had told me that snake bites and the sting of reptiles, poisonous insects, could often be rendered harmless by the use of charcoal.
So another major use of activated charcoal, it is used when you are stung by reptile. Number 2, snakes. Number 4, even worms. Anything that can sting and have the serious venoms. So number 1, it helps with those who have been bited by snake. So in the case of poison into the system, it will be required that after every 3 hours, you take a glass of activated charcoal. And you will, when you are addressing the part that has been stung by snake or poison, number 1, we will use to wash it either using ginger or either using Himalayan salt or either using garlic. After washing it, you will now have to make a poultice as you have just said. Have a piece of cloth, you fold it and tie it to the affected area. Can you continue reading?
When working on the land at Avondale, Australia, the workmen would often bruise their hands and limbs, and this in many cases resulted in such severe inflammation that the worker would have to leave his work for some time. One came to me one day in this condition
What came to me?
with his hand tied in a sling. He was my trouble over the circumstance. For his help was needed in clearing the land, I said to him, go to the place where you have been burning the timber.
Now this is a person who was slashing or working in a place that they were given the work, but he did the work until his hands were inflamed. Mkono yake ilikuwa imefura na ilikuwa imekuwa na kidonda.
And get me some charcoal from the eucalyptus tree.
So the major plants that are used to make activated charcoal, number 1, it is eucalyptus. It's
Pulverize it, and I will dress your hand.
and replace your hand.
This was done, and the next morning he reported that the pain was gone.
So even those, if you have worked too much and you have pain, you have wounds in the hand, you can apply activated charcoal reeds.
Soon he was ready to return to his work. I write these things that you may know that the Lord has not left us without the use of simple remedies which, when used, will not leave the system in the weakened condition in which the use of drugs so often leaves it. We need well-trained nurses who can understand how to use the simple remedies that nature provides for restoration
At that
of health.
point, only what is needed is that people to be trained in what? In simple remedies. So what we need to do, it is to just organize seminar in our various churches to have this simple training that will not cost much, but that will help us get this knowledge, to have simple knowledge on treatment of the disease. Now that was activated charcoal. Another use of activated charcoal, it is good for arthritis. We have said that it's good with those who have been poisoned. It helps to lower the bad cholesterol in the system. It helps in colon cleansing. It helps in the toothache. You can use it to brush the teeth. It also helps when someone have a toothache. We say that you can have the poultice you place in various parts that have been inflamed. So Brother Godfrey will be just coming and show us how we can make this poultice in the next few minutes. And then now we tackle this hydrotherapy. As we see many other uses also of hydrotherapy, the same book that we were reading. So Godfrey, come. We want to see how we can make a poultice from activated charcoal. Then we just switch directly to see what is hydrotherapy and why is this hydrotherapy to be done. So we'll just beginning. You will have to come at bigi kone mate. So we have wheat flour here. We have a small activated charcoal. After you have made this poultice, ensure that you close it because it will be absorbing the dirt around. Because the major work of activated charcoal is to absorb the toxins from the system. Now, that is now in placing the wheat flour in the plate. Now, this activated charcoal, number one, in the methods that you can use to prepare, we have a machine that is called herb grinding machines. Apart from herb grinding machines, you can manage to crush it at home while having when you have a stone, a stone that you have just cleaned seriously, and then you crush it. After crushing it, you will have to sieve it using a net. Then it will be of that small particle. You will continue crushing it and sieving it until it become in this fine particle. After this, you will now have to activate it. As we know, this is now charcoal. And this charcoal contains carbon monoxide. And this charcoal, if you use it or it is placed in a jiko next to a sleeping room, you will find that someone will suffocate. So for this charcoal to be used as a remedy, number one, it must be activated to remove the oxygen from it. So it remains a pure carbon. While activating it, you will just place it in a pot. If you have a pot is the good one to activate it. If you have a pot, you will just place the powder that you have grinded. After placing the powder, you will now have to put it on fire. You will put it on fire, then utakuwa you will heat it. At the time that you will heating it, you will ensure that all gases escape. The gases you will see in that pot, it is making some hole and some air of escaping. Now, after doing that, you will ensure that you heat it properly until all oxygen is derived from heat. The time that you will be heating it, you will be using something so that you stir it. You continue stirring it, even those remaining in the bottom to even also to find time to get out the oxygen. After doing that, the time you are eating it, you will just ensure that you do not close it. But immediately from the heat, you will have to close it so that it does not absorb oxygen again. So in the time you are using it, you just close and take the charcoal and then you close it again. Now, brother, help us to make the poultices in a few minutes and we explain some few things, then we just switch to hydrotherapy. So you will be just having activated charcoal. I think even for this our flight is small, 1 tablespoon will be enough. It is just a demonstration. After mixing a wheat flour or that maize flour, you will now be mixing it until it become a fine mixture. Okay, after it become a fine mixture, you will be adding water. It is good to use warm water, but from now we will just use the water available. So after it has been stirred thoroughly like this, you will just have to add a few water on it. So we will just adding water slowly. So you can make it in two ways. You can make that is a bit thick liquid, and also that is that which is thick. On that liquid, it can be used to wash children, those who are having the skin rashes, or you can make a bath from it. You can decide to make it a bit liquid, then you use it to wash those children which are affected by skin rashes or old people. It is good with those who are having the skin disease problems because it helps to absorb the toxins from the system. Now you will continue stirring it like that until it reach the so I think it is now enough. So this is now the poultice you can see. Now that is what called charcoal poultice. Having charcoal poultice like this, In case of fevers or in case of body pain, we have just said that you will just apply it directly. The patient will be removing the clothes. Then you just apply to the stomach. So when applying it to the stomach, you will just make utaongeza ikuwe nyingi kidogo. You apply it in the stomach, you take a towel, then ufunge nayo sasa. Around 30 minutes, the pain will be relieved, the fever will be gone, and that will be the end of charcoal poultice for those who are having inflammations, those who are having eye problems, and many others. So, if you want to apply it to the eye, I don't know if we will have a paper. We will just have a paper so that we demonstrate something. If you want to make an eye poultice for those who are having inflamed eye or problems in the eye. So while having this poultice, you can decide to add onion that have been grinded. So it be a mixture of flour, charcoal, and that grinded onion. It will be good. So we want to make a poultice. This is a poultice that now you can apply in the eye or in any other part of the body. So let us assume that this is a piece of the cloth. We will just place. We will be placing. Let us assume this is our cloth. We will be spreading it. We will not have to put it in all the paper, but you can just focus on the point that is going to cover the eye. So I think if it is only this area, just now to spread it. So after spreading it, you will fold it again. You will fold it again. You can now fold it. Fold it again. So you will be having something like this after folding it. Now you can just try putting in my eyes. So you will just be tying it like that using a piece of cloth. Okay, if you put it overnight, it will be better, so that reaching in the morning, it will do a thorough work. So in any other part of the body, whether it is the leg, you can only apply where it's affected. Let us assume this is the area affected. You will only have to tie it here. If it is the leg, you will only apply it or tie it in the knees. So any part affected, you will apply it indirectly. But in the stomach, you will apply it directly. Kuweka tu direct bila kuweka hivi. So we are done with activated charcoal. Also, it is good for people who are having ulcer. It neutralizes the acids in the system. So good for ulcers also. Among many other important uses of activated charcoal. So let us just begin this lesson of hydrotherapy and define what is hydrotherapy. Because we have hydro and we have therapy. We understand very well that hydro means what? Water, and therapy, treatment. So we have hydrotherapy. In simple terms, we have treatment using water. We want to define, allow me to define what is hydrotherapy, having mentioned that. Just this is a book, you can get it, a book called Health Essential. Health Essential, there is hard copies, there are soft copies. So you can have it in this book called Health Essential, just in the page 45, paragraph of each. We want to see some simple treatment. I will call our first patient, Elder, whom we will have now to do for him hot foot bath. We will begin with the hot foot bath. And we will just mention the requirements of hot foot bath. Then the second one, we will do steam bath. If time will allow us, we will see on next what to do. So let us just mention what is hydrotherapy. page 45 of it. Introduction to hydrotherapy. I hope it is a bit clear. I think now we can see it a bit clear. Introduction to hydrotherapy. As we want to just begin, we welcome our first patient. Okay, we will do hot foot bath and steam bath. Then after that, after this treatment will be going on, we will switch to the other side. We will make some concoction and we see also some benefits of them. So we have the hydrotherapy, as we have just mentioned, that hydro means water, then therapy means treatment. The word hydrotherapy can be divided in two parts, that is hydro water, then therapy treatment. It is defined by the dictionary as the external use of water in the medicinal treatment of certain diseases. So, number one, hydrotherapy means the external application of water to treat some certain diseases. We have various diseases that if water can be used, the simple and pure water can be used, it can be used to relieve many diseases. And as we have just been looking to this, we will switch also to 2SM and we just see some simple use of water. Then we will try. Okay, just prepare with the 2SM page 297, paragraph 2. Start from 297, paragraph 2. Prepare with that as I read this and we switch to this side. Okay, it continues. Okay, just a minute. Okay, let us just write this one. Hydrotherapy utilizes water in any of these three forms. So number one, we have solid, liquid, or vapor in the treatment of injury. So number one was understand that water is available everywhere. And if we have water, it can help in relieving many diseases. So number one, water is available therapeutic agent because of 9 remarkable properties. Number one, nearly always available, abundant and cheap. Water is cheap and available in most of various places. Number two, solvent properties, water being the more universal solvent. Non-irritating, water gives up heat rapidly, yet it does not cool too rapidly. Exists in 3 states and useful at temperatures. Great power for absorbing and releasing heat, easy to apply, proper density for buoyancy, proper viscosity. So those are the major reasons that we need to use water. So let us just see hydrotherapy and the body, and we switch to this side. We look some materials that are needed to conduct this kind of treatment. Hydrotherapy and the body. This is what we must understand, that the body is very sensitive to changes in temperature. Hydrotherapy may be used, number one, to move blood from one area of the body to another. In case of inflammation, when the blood is too congested in the one part of area, for example, for those ladies who are wearing long trousers, we understand very well, and the teacher of Christian modesty have been teaching us that if we wear tight clothes, they hinder the circulation of the blood. They decrease the circulation of the blood. So blood will have to congest in some parts. For example, in the lower abdomens. Most probably, those people, those ladies or women who are attending monthly period and they are hearing pain, most probably you will find them wearing tight clothes that decrease the circulation of the blood, and now blood have to be congested in one part of the area. So in many cases, you will just confirm that those women or ladies, when attending monthly period, they will having many complaints. It is because of kind of dress that they put on. So let us not wear tight clothes that hinders the flow of the blood. Number two, it relieves congestion. we have chest congestions. We have different congestions in the system. So any congestion in the system, whether in chest region, whether in the legs region, or any other region, increase circulation, stimulate the immune system. White blood cells multiply and become more active. For example, if we do hot foot bath will have to activate the white blood cells. And when the white blood cells are activated, they will have to do their work because they are the major cells that help in fighting diseases. And when the bodies help in activating the white blood cells, the body will have to fight the disease by itself. I will be trying to go faster with the speed I'm going because of time. So just begin and follow each other. Number 5, raise the body temperature. Number 6, help release heat from the body in case of fever. Help remove toxins from the body through sweating. In this case, number 6, sometimes we have fever, and fever, as we have just mentioned, it is a condition the body is trying to burn out the toxin. So it will need the body to increase the normal temperature, which the body works to burn out the toxins from the system. Now, in the case of fever, we will have to use the cold water so that it balances the temperature of the body. Number 7, helps remove toxins from the body through sweating, promote relaxation and rest, reduce pain. Number 9. Number 10, enhance the supply of oxygen and nutrients to the tissues, promote rapid healing of tissues. So hydrotherapy, in short, it is also good, cheap, and available. What is needed that we have knowledge on this treatment simple forms. So physiology effects of hot and cold water treatments. This is now contrast bath. Allow me not to look at this one, and we just begin immediately with the hot foot bath. So let us just come up front here. We have our 2 sick patients, and I will give them opportunity to introduce themselves and which kind of problems they are having. Let's just switch in that point. So let us welcome our brother. You will say the name and the problem, and we just begin the medication. You will use the other one. So we will just introduce them. After introducing them, they will just have to share their name.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah. By the name, I'm so-called Moses Sooko. I've been having a problem with backbone for so long. So that is the problem that I have. Even now, I'm in treatment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
God is good.
All the time.
I'm called Felix Mboya. I have high fever and headache.
So he's having high fever and headache. So we will just go to the introduction part of first hot foot bath. We will switch in the steam bath. We will try to cope with the time if time will allow us. So we are in hot foot bath. And definition of hot foot bath, number 1, a local bath which covers the feet and the ankle. So you will see us covering the feet, the ankle. We will just leave the only end open. With temperatures generally ranging between 100 degrees Celsius, 38 degrees Celsius, and then to 46 degrees Celsius. To mean it will be ranging above the normal body temperature. This treatment may be used alone or combined with any other treatment such as fermentations or the eating compress. Now it will depend on which position we'll be doing it. If we will be doing it with the chair, or whether we have 2 ways to do hot foot bath. Number 1, a patient can be in a condition that he cannot be able to sit on the chair. So number 1, it can be done when a patient is lying on the bed, on the mattress on the floor, and now his legs will be deep, or our legs will be deep in the basin. So number 2, The hot foot bath affects the circulation of the entire body. Heat expands, dilates the blood vessels of the feet, thereby moving excess blood from other body parts to the feet and relieving congestion in the brain, headache, lungs, and pelvic organ. So, number one, importance of doing hot foot bath. It helps to relieve congestion in the brain, because many times when the brain is congested, the whole system will have now to suffer, because brain is the major engine of the system and it controls all things that are happening in the system: headache, lungs, and pelvic organs. It also helps in stimulating the activity of the white blood cells. Treatment indication, then treatment, precaution, then equipment needed, then we just start. Okay, we want to start with the equipment needed, then as we explain, the hot foot bath will be continuing. So equipment needed, we will confirm if we have them all. Number one chair is needed. Here mekalia. Number two, one large bucket or deep pan. Bucket is there, you will move it close here. Number three, tea kettle or pitcher of very hot water. I think we are having the source of heat, we are having heater there. It will help us in maintaining the hot water. Number two, wash clothes. You can wash clothes. Number one, we have a small towel there. You can have any other cloth that you will use to have the cold press to the head. And we will see why is this cold press a must be placed in the head. Then two large towels. I think we will have blanket instead of towel, and one sheet, one blanket, one glass of water, and drinking straw. Optional. Those are the optional one. One towel or bath mat to place under the bucket. So we will just ensure that we don't pour the water to the floor, because we were not having the enough materials that needed. But when now you have to conduct it at home, you need to have all these requirements. But the optional one, you can just have. So you can see at the picture there, kuna mtu mwenye anafanyiwa output bath up. So we want to just begin. So the major thing we must begin when we are doing this hydrotherapy or any other treatment, it is what? Prayer. Let us pray. Father Lord in heaven, we are very much thankful for this you have brought us. As we want to do this demonstration of hydrotherapy, we have your two sons here who are not feeling well. You as the chief physician, the chief doctor, Father, we plead that you may give them good life in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. We are just from the first patient. We'll be removing the sweater. So if you will be doing the hydrotherapy, you will be doing in a closed room. So we'll just allow us to do this one here. We will bring the hot water. Okay, we are having hot water already. We will be pouring into basin. We will be just pouring into basin. Then after pouring it, we will be mixing it with the cold water so that it doesn't burn that excessively. Now, as you pour it, you need to have now the temperature. If you have the thermometer, will be good. If you don't want the thermometer, you will use the back of your hands. Kama bado inachoma the back of your hands, you will just have to add cold water. So after doing this, we will just wrap our patient. We have some methods of wrapping. Naweza weka blanketi akikaa. Then now for easy one, you will need to stand. Then you will just wrap it that way. Okay, we will just be wrapping is that one. We will use some 2 blankets because we want to have a sheet and we does not have a sheet. So we are in the process of covering our first patient under output bath, and we have just mentioned that a chair was needed. A chair is there. A bucket was needed. We have bucket there, source of heat. We have heater. You can also have jiko. You can have any other source that will be providing you with the hot water. Through the 30 minutes treatment, it will take 30 minutes, but hii yetu pengine haitaenda for 30 minutes because it's just a demonstration, but you will have to have it 30 minutes. After wrapping the patient, you will assist him to sit how you have assisted him. After that, we will just put close the bucket of the warm water and help the patient to dip his legs in the basin. So we will just communicating with the patient whether the water will be too hot. So we will be communicating with him. We will be asking him, you need to communicate with your patient whether the water is too hot. Now we have some precaution also we must look at when we are doing hot foot bath. Number one, those people who are having the problem of diabetes, you should not do for them hot foot bath because the rate of sensibility of heat in their body is very low. Yeye hata ukimwekea maji na mchoma asikii, atasikia tu baadaye ulimchoma. So diabetes, people having diabetes problem, we should not do hot foot bath for them. You should seek another alternative. So we have just wrapped the patient. The whole body is covered. Only the head is remaining. So let's just explain the towel or kitambaa yenye tutawekwa kwa kichwa. Number one, that kitambaa tutakuwa tunatumia, tutaingiza kwa maji baridi. Tutakuwa tunaingiza kwa maji baridi, then you roll it in the air so that it maintains the cold. So at the point that we will using that, immediately the patient will be feeling that warmth kama atakuwa ameanza kusweat. So kitambaa is to, what is the work of the cold compress then? To regulate the amount of heat, because sometimes we can do the hot foot bath, but the excessive warmth can run to the brain. So we place it in the forehead to regulate the amount of heat running to the brain. Usipoweka hiyo kitambaa unaweza ua mgonjwa. You need to regulate the amount of heat that is passing going to the brain. So don't forget to have that kitambaa with cold water to regulate the amount of heat going to the brain. So we will just communicating with our patient. We will ask him some few questions. Is the water still hot? Ile microphone yake utakaa nayo hapo. We will just asking him, is the water still hot? We will be communicating with him. We need now to have a cup of warm water. We will be using warm water to activate the sweat glands so that you have is sweat quickly. So warm water is used to activate the sweat glands to produce sweat quickly. So we will communicating with him, Brother Godfrey. We will be placing for him a microphone. We ask a question. Tunataka tu tuanze hii pia. Okay, tunataka tuanze hii tena. Let us just settle the first one. Let us write this as we still prepare those one. Or under hot foot bath. I think we have mentioned what were required, and now what we will now have to see is precautions. Precaution number 1, don't burn the patient. The time you will adding the water in between the legs, you will have to remove the legs from the water. Then you pour the water. Number 2, you must understand what the patient is complaining. Sometimes can be complaining that the water is too hot, but wewe tu unasema tu hiyo ndio utakaa. So you must communicate very well with the patient. So let us ask him a question: is the water still hot or imepoa?
Osedok piny.
Eh? Eh? Okay, you will give him a microphone sasa, seme kwa sauti, au utakuwa unamuuliza kama hiyo maji imepungua ama bado iko sawa. Kwa amesema maji imepungua, tutaongeza maji warm kwa hiyo besheni to maintain the temperature there. Okay, mtatusaidie na kikombe kingine. So that wet kitambaa tutaanza kuweka wakati ataanza kusikia joto. We will not forget to place it. So you will be adding water. You ensure that you don't spoil the hot water to burn the patient. So just in this note, if the individual has diabetic neurotherapy, do not do the treatment if you cannot find a thermometer. Even an oral thermometer will work for the lower temperature due to diabetes. So that is a precaution number 1 that we should consider. My brother has just added the hot water to the basin. He will be giving him hot water also to continue stimulating the sweat. Let's conclude with writing this note. So we switch to timber. We will be testing the water, if the water is hot or not. Tutakuwa naangalia hivyo. So that is hot foot bath. Those were the required. We mentioned the disease that it can help to treat, prevent oral short course kama mtu ako na homa, coughs, relieve congestion, headaches. Kama mtu ana nosebleed, chest congestion, pelvic congestion, dismiss pain anywhere in the body. Kama unaumwa na mwili, hata kama unaumwa na meno, backache, do the hot foot bath. Any pain in the body, if you doesn't have activated charcoal, among any other remedies that you mentioned, the best remedy that you can do for pain, cold, coughs, bleedings, it is hot foot bath. Now that is hot foot bath. I would like us to switch to the steam bath. We will be communicating to the 2 patients because we are really coping with the time. Okay, I told someone to open it to SMI. Did you open it? It was page 297. So you can just have these books, by the way. If you have this book, will be okay. You just follow the procedure. This is natural remedy or essential. We have natural encyclopedia among many other books. So wale wenye niliwaambia nitawatumia leo ili mkuwe na hizi vitabu. So we have steam bath. In steam bath, we will have to have blankets. Someone will be coming to help again, so that we prepare the another year's steam bath. We have many other many hydrotherapy treatment. We have contrast bath. We have for meditation. We have what? So because the floor we will be using is too cold, tutakuwa tunaweka blanketi chini ili aweze kukaa So mtu mwingine akuje tafadhali. Just take the microphone to the first patient. Okay. Relax, you will come and help me. Just take the first microphone to the first patient. Now we have Simba in Stupid. These are the needed items. I'm just trying to open it here. We will just have 2 blankets with 3. And then these are the remedies that you will have. You can have cypress or budo in Kijaluo. It will help to steam well. If you don't have these essential oils, you can have cypress, you can have sweet basil, you can have holy basil, among others. Now give me microphone. How are you feeling? Is the water still hot or cold?
Inarudi chini.
Inarudi chini, hiyo tutamuongezea. Umeanza kusikia joto ama bado?
Bado.
Bado hajaanza kusikia joto. So you will have to add that warm water. Okay. So in the steam bath, we need to have the mentioned plant. Number 1, we have holy basil. How many know holy basil? Ama tujui holy basil? Si niliwaonyesha holy basil hapa. Number 2, we can have sweet basil. Sweet basil ni ile inanuka tamu kabisa. Number 3, you can have rosemary plant. Number 4, you can have the cypress tree. Then in the essential oils, no, you can also have the leaves of eucalyptus tree, your blue gum. So in the essential, you can have peppermint, you can have eucalyptus, you can have crystal. In this case, we want to use crystal. So you will now have to use ile crystal yenye haitakuwa juu sana, because ukiweka ile ya juu, the patient will not tolerate, atakimbia atoke kwa blanketi, na itakuwa ngumu kumbembeleza rudi kwa blanketi ili uendelee na treatment tena. So we want to have the hot water, we pour into the basin, we enclose him with a blanket. After enclosing him with a blanket, after sometimes we'll use to put that little crystal so that we use the steam. Now the major thing here is the steam. This steam, nataka maji moto kabisa kama hii. So iko pile crystal. Bro, ifungiwe steam no kasitaki kete wange matemo no opunya hii. Okay, so we will just enclose him with a blanket. Atakuwa na hiyo crystal hapo ndani, ndio yeye ajiwekee. Sasa akiweka nyingi, yeye ndiye amejua, aweke tu kidogo tu. So but huyu anajua. Kwa yule ambaye hajui, unaweza mwekea tu kidogo tu, ile itachoma sana. Okay, you will just, I think we can also have another blanket again, so tufunge vizuri. Now this is steam bath, that is hot food bath. Number 1, they help to relieve the congestion in the body. Whether someone is having chest congestion like asthma, another chest congestion, pneumonia. Kama mtu ako na pneumonia, these 2 treatments will be good. Inflammation. So we will be just back in the first patient. Now our patient in the steam bath, we will communicate with him after he has come there. So hii kama imepoa, unaweza ongeza hii ya steam ili continue steaming. So the treatments are for 30 minutes. But in steam, sometimes in hot foot bath, sometimes you can expect a patient to sweat, but some people, with them, sweating is not something easy. So when unang'ang'ana huyu lazima sweat, hata kama unaenda 2 hours. Hapana, it is not a must that the patient sweats, because kuna wenye hata kusweat si kazi nyingine ile rahisi kwao, na kuna wale ambao wanaweza sweat haraka haraka. So we will ask the first patient question, kama hiyo maji imepoa ama bado. Okay, as we continue with the same, just allow me open this document. We see something here. Godfrey, you will communicate with the him kama hiyo bado ni moto ama baridi. In summary, notes of what we learned from activated charcoal. As we continue with this, you can have the short notes. What's weird? Okay, we will have the first patient, tutamuliza vile anaendelea. Okay, ukifanya hii unaweza kohoa kwa sababu steam inaingia kwa kifua sana. Hebu maji imepoa ama iko sawa?
Bado iko sawa.
Na joto umeanza kusikia ama bado?
Joto bado.
Bado hajaanza kusikia joto. You will just have in warm water. So the first treatment tulianza ikiwa saa 4, ilikuwa na 45. That is very important also. You see the time you are starting and the time you will be ending. So if it is 30 minutes, you have to calculate. But in some cases, you can be beyond the time. Sometimes in the case of fever, sometimes you have done hot foot bath, bado iko juu. Sometimes umefanya aje. So sometimes you can go beyond time. So with the quotation we were reading from 2SM, just mention some uses of charcoal, activated charcoal, and now you need to make your own activated charcoal. You can organize to buy the machine. Sijui kama sahi na arrange around 25,000 to 35,000. You can arrange to have that big machine. And I echo that if you don't have a machine, you can use it through crushing it and sieving it until it becomes a fine powder. You can also use a small grinder. Sijui kama hii ya blender inawezekana ukicrush kabisa. Sasa utumie tu kutengeneza hiyo soft powder. Okay, we said that we will be having hot water until the time tutakuwa tunamaliza. So number 1 also, you can add. Sometimes when the patient fail to have a quick response, number 1, we have cayenne pepper. You can add cayenne pepper to this water. If you don't have cayenne pepper, you will have to add ginger. So you cannot fail to have those two. So for this time, tutatumia cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper will help to open the pores and also to help to activate white blood cells. So atakuwa naongeza pilipili kwa hiyo maji ili to increase the rate of reaction to the sweat glands. So hiyo ameshaweka. So tutamuongezea huyo steam kwa sababu tulisema you need to communicate to the patient. Unamuuliza kama hiyo steam imerudi ama iko sawa. So tutamuongezea steam. So all this treatment you can do. Let me just conclude with the tumalizane na hii mambo ya charcoal alafu tuendelee na hii hydrotherapy. So in that point you will just have to write these lower points. For example, umejua kuna watu wenye wametumia hizi dawa sana, the drugs. Charcoal will be good to if it be used to remove the poisonous drug from the system. Because drugs that people are using, we learned that they are very, very poisonous to the system. Number one, now, if you want to begin a natural treatment method, you will have to use activated charcoal to remove poisons from the body. By the use of poisonous drugs, many bring upon themselves lifelong illness, and many lives are lost that may be saved. This simple treatment, they saves life, but expensive treatment result to life loss. Okay, we will just adding the steam. Yeah. So utakuwa unamfungua kidogo, then you add the steam. Okay. So another number one use again, you can just add these ones besides the ones that you wrote. Inflammation of the bowels, kama tumbo imefura, blood dysentery, eye inflammation we talked about, fever, indigestion, ukikula unasikia the food is not thoroughly being digested in the system, you can use activated charcoal. So we will just have to talk to the patient to tolerate the steam. It seems like the steam is overwhelming him. So he's enjoying the steam, and I think he's appreciating the treatment that he's receiving. You can just hear from afar how he appreciates the steam. Another thing, there are many other uses. Some of these include pyorrhea, gingivitis, tumors. It also used to whiten the teeth. So you will just have to communicate with the patient and advise him to just relax, not to make you will just have to relax so that you receive a thorough dose. Nani tena nataka steam, tumalizane na hii kwa hii bado iko sawa. Huyu mwenye nakoa anaweza letwa hapa mbele. Okay, si Sherila kwa. Sherila kuja hapa mbele na msichana mwingine akuja umfunike. Si 2 minutes, si 2 minutes. Sherila kuje na msichana mwingine akuja mfunge. So tukimtoa huyu utapata amesweat sana.